Habbies. I hope you're all doing well. This lovely, looks like it's going to be a nice day today, Tuesday morning. Right, I'm going to do a video using one of my own stencils and some Lavinia stamps. Just got a mixture of stamps there to use, not sure which is which yet, but we'll see what goes where when it comes to it. Today I'm going to be using one of my cat stencils. Very pretty one. I've not used that one yet, I don't think, myself. I'm going to be stamping in VersaFine Clair Nocturne. Mainly silhouettes because I'm going to do like a darker background, I think, for this one. And I've got my Cosmic Shimmer colour blending inks. I'm going to be using a Violet Haze, Decadent Bamboo, I'm hoping these colours all go well, and a Lavender Lace. Looks very nice. Don't think I've used this one very much. I have used it, but not an awful lot. A bit bright, but let's have something different for a change. Got my little blending brushes. Right, I'm going to use an A5 card, 6 by 8 1/4 inches card blank. Okay, my topper, just a nice piece of navy blue. Sorry, not my topper, my mat. 5.5 inches by 7 3/4 inches. So that will fit nicely, leaving a small border around my card. And my topper, 5 1/4 inches by 7.5 inches. Slightly smaller than the mat, so that we get some nice layers going on. So that this is the sort of thing we'll get. Right, let's get started. Now, normally I start with my stencil, but this time I'm not going to start with my stencil. I am going to start with my lovely fairy toadstool stamp. What I want to do, yes, I want to create a picture inside my cat, which probably just about only fits on there. Ooh, yep, she is a big one. But what I want to do is I want to stamp my fairy toadstool on the outside, so it's partly in and partly out. So I need to think of where I'm gonna get my placement right for this. So if I can slip that out of there, now I know to put my stamp about there. Okay, so I want that about there then. I'm going to use my stamping platform, I think, for this, rather than go freehand, seeing as it's a bit fidgety. Where placement is concerned. So let's just get that on there. And we'll stamp that up. Like I say, I'm just using my Nocturne for stamping today. And I shall stamp that on there. I think we've got to, yeah, that's lovely. Right, let me just spritz some water onto my cloth again. I've left it get too dry. Right, okay, let's clean my stamp. You know, I like to clean as I go along. So that's that part done. Right. Put that back on its backing paper so I don't lose it. You know what it's like, you knock things into your bin and then you can't find it because you can't see it because it's clear. Put it on its paper and you know you're alright. Right then, I've got there. Right, so now I've got that in place, I can now work on my cat. So that's going to be on the outside. See where I want to place this cat. I think about there. Do I want that up or down though? I'm going to have it about, I'm going to have it at the same level actually as what other things are going to go on here. So, like I say, it's going to be part in, part out. And I don't mind the cat's bum coming right to the edge there. So, right, let me just grab a little bit of tape quick. I'm going to stick that on there. Just to stop the movement. A few bits of scraggy bits here that I've used. I hope I've kept that in place, in the same place. Yep, that'll do nicely. Put a bit more tape on there, I think. Being a wide open aperture, it can move a little bit. So put a little bit of tape on all sides. Don't always tape it down, as you know, but playing it safe today. Right, so first of all, I've got my little moon mask. It's just a smallish one, and I'm going to have a moon. And I think the moon should go about. I'm trying to think. Tilly and Tango are going to go on there. We'll have a high moon, I think. Let's have a low moon. No, high moon. I'll get there in the end. I will get there, honest. Right, so let's have a go with this. Beautiful colour, quite striking colour. So I'm going to go around the moon first with this lovely pinky colour. I want it to be a kind of a darkish sky. I want it to look like a night sky, but I don't want to go too dark. So, and I'm thinking a nice pinky colour would make a lovely change. Let's blend that out. So what I'm planning to do here is, well, they're very juicy, these are. They do get underneath sometimes. Where it meets the mushroom, I'm going to stop there and then get into that gap there. See where the mushroom goes under? I've got to make sure I don't get this colour onto there. There's a little bit gone under there, so I need to fill that bit in because I want it to remain like the mushrooms on the outside. So let's get this colour down there. And I'll just keep building my colour till I've got what I want. And carefully around my mushroom. because I don't want that to be coloured in. I'm going to take my finger off that now, it's making my finger ache. And I'm just going to follow this down now because I'm going to go over it in a darker colour as well. I'm just going to put colours on top of colours until I've got the background and everything that I want. Bright colours, this is very much not what I normally do, but I want to get into more colours. Keep it pretty. Right. So obviously it's going to be a large round bar where the moon is. Let's carry on up there actually. So I'm going to go over it with the purple. It'll help to. The purple that I'm using is very pale. It's lovely. It's a lovely colour, but you need to build it and build it and build it. Right, that's that one. Let's just put that in there. Oh, I think that pink's really pretty actually. It's pretty and pink. Right, so now I've got this one. This is one, I use this one a lot. Violet Haze. It never comes out that dark. You have to really build it to get it that dark. So, here goes. I'm going to start from up here. See how it goes. These brushes as well are a bit dodgy because they're already, they've got ink further down within the bristles because I've been using them a long time. Sometimes you think you've got nothing in your brush and then all of a sudden it leaves a big blob. But I want to do it so that it looks like it's going around. That moon's got a shine around it. Didn't really want it to be that dark around the moon. But I like to have a dark edge on all of my stencils, a darker edge. It just makes it stand out more, makes it pop off your page more. I don't want it too dark there because I've got something going on top of that mushroom. Sorry, toadstool. Get a dark edge around there as well because I like to have a positive edge. That's it. Blend that a little bit more, try and do it so it's not, I want to keep some of that pink in there. Now I know it looks a bit blotchy, but it won't matter because the sky does sometimes look blotchy. See what I mean by this brush? It suddenly drops a load of blooming ink when you put your ink on here and it don't seem to be going anywhere, then all of a sudden you've got loads of dark stuff appearing. But that's okay because it's what we're going to need. It makes it look a little bit of a glow around that mushroom, toadstool. And then with a blotchy sky like that, it makes it look like you can see the clouds through the moonlight. So it's all good. Just need to make sure I've got a definite edge around that cat, around my cat shape, which I have. So we've got a nice dark sky. need that edge there. It needs to be a positive edge. It won't work. And we're a bit darker up on the cat's face as well. Okay, now I think we'll go with that bamboo colour for the groundwork, because yes, it's a darkish picture, but the groundwork don't have to be, it doesn't have to be super dark, it has to be black. Right, so I'm going to put some of this bamboo. It's like a I don't know, I always thought bamboo was brown, but this just looks like a kind of a greeny kind of colour, doesn't it? That's it, that's got it going. It is nice and dark, but very juicy, that's going to go under the lines. Again, it's doing what the purple brush did. It's quite annoying. See, look, it's just leaving patches. The ink all falls down to the bottom for some reason, even though I'm using it this way up. Yeah, I'm not liking how that's doing that. Come on, catch up with yourself, you blimming thing. Come on. Perhaps I should wash all my brushes out, might help. So instead of the ground being a nice light green, as soon as it's night time, I've got it nice and dark. I can bring it up a bit. It's always good to have hills. Sit around that, make sure I've got that positive edge. A cat shape. Okay, so right, I've got my initial shape in place now. And I think that's looking quite good. Bit of a bare patch there, let's just get that coloured in. Okay, so we can see we've definitely got a cat shape there, can't we? Let's put that in there. Put them out of the way, wipe that away. Don't want to get a mess everywhere else. Just get the lid on that. Right, now I know a lot of times I'll stamp through that, but I'm not going to stamp through it. I'm going to remove it, because sometimes when you stamp through, it's hard to get that. Your stamp leaves like a bit of a blank edge. It can do, so I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to move that. And you can see now that my mushroom is on the outside of the cat. See? Let's just get rid of that tape. Good stuff this. This is the tape that came with my Better Press. And it's brilliant because it don't rip your paper like some tapes do. It's good. Right, I'm going to dry that off a bit because they are very juicy, wet inks. And I don't want it to be interfering with my stamping. I'm going to give that a quick go. should be dry enough. That should be dry enough to stamp onto now. Right, so right, now then, what I want to do is, main things are, right, Tilly and Tango, I'm going to have them dancing on top of this toadstool, if I can fit them both on. I'm hoping I can. I'll have that one there like that. And that one there. Oh, that one's going to be hanging off the side. Oh no, that's perfect. We'll have the moulding hands. Just inside there like that. Yes. Right, I can use my little blocks for this. Should be alright now. So, small stamping block. What's that on there? Got a bit of fluff on his tail. Don't want that on there, do I? I do love these little mice, little dancing mices. I think they're great. So I'm going to have him right just there. Enjoying life in the moonlight. Okay, that's that one. I don't know who's who. I don't know which one's Tilly and which one's Tango, but it matters not. And then this one, I'm going to try and, if I can, to join their hands. There you go. I think I've about got that. I love these little mices. I am a sucker for my animals. Right, so we've got Tilly and Tango. Not quite joined, but near enough. Okay, Tilly and Tango. Having a little dance. Happy Meeties. And then I want to do Mooch the cat. I do love Moochy Cat. He's always been one of my favourites in my stamping. And I'm going to have him, I could have him just on the outside as well, looking in. Maybe not. I'll have him there because I want him to look like he's looking up at those mice, those mischievous mices. Those mischievous little mouses. Just there, I reckon. Yeah. Out there, I think. Yeah. Where's my big block? Let's get my bigger block out. That should be fine. So I'm going to have him there. I say him, I don't even know if Mooch is a him or a her. Is he a she or is he a him? Give that time to soak in. All that lovely black ink to go in there. I don't want no patches. There's Mooch Cat. Watching those mice. Having a dance. And wishing he can join in. because he's not going to eat them, because this is magic land. Pussycats don't eat mouses in this land. Right, could do some mushrooms and stuff in the background. I think they might be a bit big. Yeah, they're a bit cumbersome, aren't they? Could do them so it looks like they're behind Mooch, and it looks like he's looking at them. Or can have them disappearing off there. Pointless having them then, isn't it? They're disappearing off there. We could have some extra grass on this mushroom. I don't think it really needs it. Let's keep it simple. Right, so it would be nice to have a little bit of foliage somewhere. Oh, what about a fairy house hanging down off the mushroom? A little one. Two little, yeah. Let's have some little fairy houses hanging off the mushroom. I think they will look quite pretty. Just for a bit more interest. Be very careful stamping these up because it does catch the edge every time. I'm sure I get all the blooming duff stamps, you know. And hang that from there. Get time to soak in. Yes. I think that looks lovely on there. And also we'll use the tiny one. I'm going to give that a wipe. I think I've got a cat hair on it. See, there's a blooming cat keeps climbing on my table. Always been a, you know, pet and smoke-free home. And now I'm getting cat hairs on my product, on my cards and things. Not good. We'll do another one, another little one. And put that one so that it's hanging just on the inside of there. There we go. So we've got some little fairy homes hanging on. Maybe we should even have some fairies. I've got some fairies out, haven't I? Yeah, I might put some fairies out as well. I just grabbed a few bits and pieces like I always do. Just grab whatever comes and then that's it. I just play with whatever's there. Thistle now. I could do it so that we've got a little bit of foliage hanging down. That would look nice actually, wouldn't it? If I do it like that. Oh no, it's nearly on top of the mouse. If I do it like that. But I want to keep it within the cat. So, okay. I'll do my usual trick. Get the old white pen out. You guys know how I do this. You know how this goes. There's my big block again. Right. I am only going to be using that bit there. I'm going to work upside down as well. Oh no, what I've got to do is... What I should do really is use my platform, use my platform for this. That would be the best idea, use my platform. You guys know how this goes with my white pen. Always use my white pen to, rather than putting the stencil in place. Like I say, if you put the stencil in place, because it's thicker than, it's higher than my paper, you always end up with that. You always end up with. Let me just get that where I need it. Your stencil doesn't meet the edge enough, and I don't like that it does that. Put that there. It can overlap a little bit. Right, so white pen, and I'm going to draw right where the cat is, so I know not to ink past that line. So I've got to ink within that cat shape, which, yeah, is sometimes a bit awkward, but hey ho. Right, let's see if I can get that about right. Put that on there. Now you can see through there, can you? Yeah, you can see that cat face shape. I've got to ink within there. I've got to try and ink within there. Anything that goes over, wipe away. But not spend too much time over it, because otherwise the ink will dry up and it'll waste me time. So that's gone over, so wipe that away. Don't know if you get a little bit over. I mean, we're not perfect, are we? Nobody's perfect. And hopefully that won't mark on my paper. And then I just need to get rid of that bit and that bit. And anything that I miss, I can perhaps draw and remove that pen after. Right, let's give that a go. It's always good to have a little bit of foliage at the top, I think. We don't want it looking too bare, do we? That's perfect, that's really good. So we can try and do that again, put a bit more ink on them bits, because it's so hard doing it like this. That's the only trouble. Don't want that. I don't want that bit, and I don't want that bit. Marked the outside a little bit there, never mind. And that bit, that smudgy bit there, I've ruined it. Ugh. Select my cloth again. Yeah, you see it's just gone slightly over there. I could perhaps put some white pen on that, and I don't like how I've got that smudge around there, but never mind. It is what it is. These stamps sometimes do that to us. What can we do? Not a lot. They are what they are. And we'll do the same thing again, hopefully. Not quite so difficult this time, so we're just round one edge. Instead of just got to be careful to go, not to go over this line this time. It's a bit easier than trying to stamp a cat shape. Ta-da! So I can just stamp it in there now. That can go in there. That's worked a lot better. Well, the first bit was a bit difficult, tricky. There. And then again, I'm going to put some down here to make it look like it's coming down here as well. In front of Moochy Mooch Mooch. Little Moochy Mooch cats. My cat mooches. She ought to have been called Mooch. She's mooching around. Funny little thing she is. We had a landlady around a few days ago checking out. I've got a bit of a mould problem on some of the windows and that and walls, and so she came round to check it out. Of course, we're not supposed to have animals, so I don't like telling porkies because they'll come back to bite you in the bum. But we told her that she belonged to a lady up the road that's struggling to look after her, and she was in a bit of a state, so we've been looking after her. If the worst comes to the worst, and the lady sort of like, you know, carks it or whatever, not that she will because she's a young girl, but she wasn't looking after the cat very well. She was starving when she came here. That's why we took her on. Would we be able to, you know, she's 15-year-old cat, I've been here 16 years, would I be allowed to you know, to keep her here, sort of thing? So she asked if she makes a mess in the house, and I said she doesn't make any mess at all in the house. I say she's 15, she's a good little cat. So she says, well, sure, don't see why not, really. So yeah, at least I ain't got to hide the fact that we've got a cat here now anyway. So that's all good. Right, let's move that away from there a bit. We'll put another bit more. Is that too much? I don't know. No, I don't think so. I don't think that'd be too much, would it? There's my white pen gone. There it is. Right, so now that's there. Now I'll follow that line. And put that bit in. See how it makes it easier? I mean, I don't know if you've worked with stencils before, but sometimes, like I say, if you've got a stencil that's been made out of paper and it's thin, it's fine. But when you've got one that's made out of thickish plastic, mylar, it's I just find it awkward myself. I know a lot of people just get on with it, but I just find it awkward to use it like that. I find it easier doing it this way. There, that will do nicely. Now, I would normally do a bit of second generation here and there, but I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to leave it like that. I've got what I really mainly wanted. And then let's put a couple of fairies in. Make it really magical. Add a couple of fairies. What do you think? I mean, I love that little tiny Una, and that's like a miniature Una, isn't it? Una fairy. She might look nice, just have her there, tending to the fairy houses. Yeah, let's put her in there. Might as well just carry on with me board, haven't I? Now I've got it up. Let's put her in there then. I have to remember not to squash these fairies down too hard. I tend to push down too hard and I lose all the blooming detail. It's got plenty of ink on it, so don't push too hard, Ange. Obviously I want it to show up, but I don't want the rubber to spread. Not that it does generally, but these are old now, so they are getting, they do get a bit soft eventually. They are. Yes. I think it's nice to have a little fairy here and there. Put a little fairy in here and there, why not? What about that Lickaluna? She could. I don't know if it'd be too much, it'd be sitting on the edge of that mushroom. Like that. Is that too much? No, let's put her on. Let's have a little fairy in the picture. You're leaning on that little white. What's it? Watching the mices play. Let's put her there. Again, try not to squash her down too hard as well. Let's put that up there and that up there. Ink her up. See, her wings are really black. But I want to put some colour on the wings. I don't want them to be too black. I will use my my nice sparkly Pentel dual metallic pens, because you've got the metallic and the glitter in them. They're lovely. Oh, missed a bit on her head. Oh, that bit seems to be. Missed that bit on her head. I'll ink her again. Might be just the way the paper is, I don't know. There she is. Right, so what I'm thinking now, that'll leave a nice area for a sentiment, but what I think I might do, let's put that on there, is use some of this. I sometimes like to go, oh, it's a bit long. I sometimes like to go along the edge with that and that. I can shorten it down though, can't I? I can make it as much as I want it to be, can't I? Yeah, I'm gonna yeah, go for it. Go to about, I'll put it off there. Put it off there. Actually, I better bring that in a bit because you'll see what I'm doing in a minute. Rid of that bit. Right, to that little tip there. Not you. Oh. Right, okay. Like that. Oh. Like that. And then I'll clean it, but I'll keep that white mark there. Clean it before I place it, just to make sure I don't go and ruin my paper. And that can then come down to the same white mark. Yeah, I think that works. Don't want it dangling right on the cat. I need to get rid of that little bit there. But not that little bit there. Let's close that up. Oh, bloody wet smudge. Had to do it, didn't it? Just had to do it. I might have to make that into a... I might have to pen that in. Make that into a bit more foliage. Don't want smudges on it. Right, so that was my Spanish moss. And I think we're about there. So what I'm going to do now is... I'm going to have to pen that. Bring that down, make it look like another piece of the... That'll do it. And there as well. Didn't print so well there, did it? There you go. Looks like it missed a few patches there. There you go. So that brings that in there. So I think that's done with all the stamping. Oh no, actually, well, I don't need that now. What I'll do is I'll put a little sentiment on there as well. Let's have a look. I've got some nice little sentiments. One of my friends sent me this. Create your own magic. That would go nice on there. Create your own magic. Yes, my lovely little friend Marsha Lavass sent me a little bundle of stamps to play around with. And this has got some lovely little sayings on it, this one has. Bless her heart. She's always called me her crafting guru. Not really quite sure about that myself, but it's nice to be loved. It's lovely to be loved. Create your own magic. Am I about level? I think so. It's very hard for me to see when I'm level or not, seeing as my visual is in 2s and 3s. How I get anything level, I don't know, but I do. I manage it most of the time. Ta-da! Create your own magic. And I think now, because I've got something up in that corner there, I'm just going to put something here, but I'm going to do a hand-drawn one there. Just to bring it all together. And then I think we're about done. Right, so what I'll do here is a little bit of grounding to do as well. So I'm going to go here. I'm just going to go from... I'm going to go down there. And I'm going to go across there. And then I'm just going to squiggle it like that. See what I mean? Just brings it all together. Might even put something on the top of there. There you go. Why not? So now, all I need to do, we'll have a little bit of highlighting going on. Bit of, oh, do you know what? I don't like how that's come over there. I'm going to pen that over with white. Just in the hope that you won't see it so much. It looks messy otherwise. There, can't see it now. That's it. So I'll have a little bit of highlights anyway, like on the mushrooms here. Little frilly, wavy bits. So a little bit of light in the houses of the little fairy houses. Might put some yellow in them ones. We'll have a bit of light on top of Moocher. As soon as he's looking up towards the moon. Outline some of his fur, a mucky pen. Can't be too long now because I've got my friend coming round in a minute. I've not opened my door for it yet. A bit more of his fur down this side as well. There he is. There's our little mooch. A little bit of sun shining on the moon shining on my plants. My voice sounds a bit gruff today. I've been sneezing and coughing and all sorts this week, so do excuse my gruff sound today. Hee. I do love these little mices. I think they're wicked. So much character, isn't there? And just such little tiny things. There you go. Right, I think I could put a little bit of light in the fairy's lantern, I guess. A bit of light coming from it. And a little bit of moonlight on her as well, I guess. Right, okay, so what colour wings shall we do? Pretty wings. I'll have a bit of gold to put in there. Yeah, I did them ones white, but I'm going to go over it in gold. I think this mushroom should have gold on it as well. I keep calling it a mushroom, it's a toadstool. Just to add a bit of sparkle. Right, okay. Maybe across there as well, just a little bit. And a bit under there. Like that. Wings, I think I'm going to do one can have green wings, one can have pink wings. I think this one should have pink. All little fronds and things coming off her wings. Such tiny little fairies. And this one, this miniature Una, she can have green wings, look at that. like that. And that's it. I think that's all it needs. I don't think I'm going to do anything more on there because I don't want to spoil it, except for a little bit of this clear shimmer, a bit like Winkestella, but it's not Winkestella. This I got from Annette's Crafty Corner, and I love it. It just adds a little bit of sparkle here and there. That's it. Done. Now, what do you think to that? Nice little pussycat scenery. So now, let's add that to that. Oops. I won't bother boring you with all the gluing, but I will kind of mackle it together like that and like that. So you can see what we got. And that's it. There's today's little card tutorial. Hope you enjoyed watching that. Another way of doing your stencils if you want to do something on the outside of it. Rather than laying all your colour down first and then going over it, stamp it first. Okay, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Love you all. Bye.